The loudest person in the room usually gets the business first, not the most talented, not the most experienced, not the person who actually has the solution, the loudest, the most visible. And when I heard that this week, it wasn't even offensive. It was extremely clarifying because I've been that woman before, the overlooked expert, the one people discover late, the one that they say, "Oh, wow, I didn't know that you did that." And I'm sitting here like, it's been on my website, it's been on my page, it's been right there. But here's the part that clicked. People cannot buy what they don't see. And by the time they finally see you, the money is already gone. So today, this is the fixed list, not a how to be famous list, a fixed list for the woman who's done being overlooked. Now, let's talk about the market right now. You know what I keep seeing? By the time people come to us as service providers, they've already spent a bunch of money on the wrong kind of support. And I'm not even bashing those products. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying these women worked hard for that money and they spend it trying to solve their problem. Then, when they finally find the right solution, the support that they actually needed, there's no budget left. And when I heard this week the loudest person gets the business first, I immediately thought about social media ads on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Those ads that you see everywhere, those people, they are loud, they are visible, they are in your face. So when someone is in pain, when they're stressed, when they're scared, they buy from what's in front of them. They don't go searching for the best kept secret. And if you are the best kept secret, you will keep getting overlooked. And it's not because you're not good. It's because you are not in the room. And here's another thing that clicked for me. There are emotions that drive people to buy, and it's usually three of them: pain, desire, and doubt. But logic, logic usually shows up later. You know when logic shows up? After you buy something and you wake up 2 days later and you're like, wait, what was I thinking about when I bought this? That's logic. So when a woman is in pain and she sees the loudest person saying, I can fix it, she buys. When she desires a result and she sees someone loud promising it, she buys. When she's full of doubt and then the loudest person sounds confident, she buys. This is why I'm telling you, visibility is not vanity. Visibility is service. Because if you're good at what you do and you are invisible, people will spend their budget before they find you. And I used to feel like an overlooked expert for a very long time. And the line that used to happen to me so very often was, oh, I didn't know that you did that. And my excuse back then was, that information is on my website. But now I understand that's not how people move. They're not going to dig, they're not going to investigate. They buy from what's visible, what's in front of them. So if you're done being overlooked, you just got to be seen. And here's the part that is hard for perfectionists like me. Sometimes you want to be seen, but you also want to make a perfect first impression. So you do not post anything, you don't show up, you don't share anything, you don't show up until you feel that you're ready. But the clarity that you want, the confidence that you want, the how should I present myself answer, that comes from being seen imperfectly first. And that's the whole point of show your work. So let me solve a problem for you right now. If you're a perfectionist, you will spend forever trying to figure out, what should I talk about? What's my formula? What's my content strategy? And here's the simplest answer that I could think of. Talk about the raw place that you are in right now. What are you working on? What are you building? What are you trying to solve? What are you learning? What is frustrating you right now? What is getting better for you? That's it. That is your content because you're not the only one going through it. And a lot of people are in the same stage. So when you show your work, it helps them, it encourages them, it gives them language, it gives them direction. And then it makes you visible without you trying so hard. So here's my fix number one: stop searching for the perfect topic. Talk about the work that you are already doing. Another reason people feel overlooked because they're looking at people who are 10 steps ahead. They are seeing the polished version. They are seeing the after version. And then you're sitting in the during version for you and you're thinking that you're failing, but you're not failing. You are just in the process. And show your work is really about owning the process. You don't have to pretend that you are 10 steps ahead. You show step two, you show step three, you show step four. And then the right people, they will connect with you because you're real. And that's the part that I feel that people underestimate a lot because there are people who take a hard season like job loss, career pivot, learning something new. And instead of hiding, they document it, not in a dramatic way, in a real way. So they show what they're trying, they show their rejection letter from job search, they show what's working, they show what's not working, they show what they're learning, and they show what they are building. And the documenting, it becomes the thing that builds trust because there are more people than we think who relate to where we are right now. So if you feel overlooked, like I used to, show the journey because people don't just buy results. They buy trust. And trust, it comes faster when people can see you moving. And you know what's funny? You'll say you don't know what to talk about, but you do your work every day anyway. So talk about your work. Talk about the ups and the downs. Talk about the little wins. Talk about the hard part. Talk about the problem that you solved today. Talk about what you wish clients understood. Talk about what you're learning. Because when you do that, you stop being an overlooked expert and you become a familiar voice. And guess what? Familiar voice, they get picked. This is where the perfectionist in us tends to fight because you want to be seen, but you want to control how you're seen. So you wait. And waiting makes you completely invisible. So here's the fix for me for that: showing up just as I am, confused days included, up and down days included, because the truth is, the people who are going to connect with you, they do not need you polished. They just need you present. Confidence is never the thing that arrives first. It shows up after you've been consistent long enough to trust yourself. And most people think confidence comes from planning. It doesn't. Planning can make you feel safe, but it doesn't make you strong. Strength comes from repetition, from showing up when it's not exciting, from recording even when you don't feel polished, from posting even when the views are quiet. That's when you get faster. That's when you get more creative. That's when you stop second guessing everything. And that's why show your work matters. Because the more you show up in public, the more you stop needing permission to be seen, the more confident you get in the process. And don't forget, we are in an age of AI. There is a lot of content out there. There is also a lot of noise. And you know what's missing? Human connection. People still crave something real. So if you're trying to stand out, your advantage is not being perfect. Your advantage is just being you, just being human. Your advantage is showing up like a real person with a real voice. And that's really what sets you apart. And as far as the world is concerned or history, there is always something going on in history. Always. Always. So if you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you show up, you are going to wait for a very long time. So you just have to turn down the noise sometimes, not because you do not care, but because you want to create, you want to move, you want to build, and you cannot hear your own thoughts when you're drowning in all this noise. So, part of show your work is also protecting your creative space. So, the fix is very simple if you're an overlooked expert. Talk about what you're working on now. Stop comparing your during phase to someone else's after phase. Document your process. Let your everyday work become your content. Show up imperfectly. Stay long enough for your confidence to show. And lead with human connection. Turn down the noise so that you can keep building. So, if you feel overlooked and you're damn good at what you do, stop trying to figure out the perfect way to be seen. Just show up where you are, how you are. What are you working on now? What are you trying to figure out now? Talk about that because there are people who need your voice and they cannot find you if you are hiding. So let me wrap this up with my question for you today. What is one thing that you're working on right now that you've been keeping private? Drop it in the comments because I want to read it and I will reply. All right, this was day 63. I'm Webley. I show up here daily, imperfect on purpose, so Black women, especially immigrant Black women, see proof that you can start ugly. You can skip the tech drama and build your next stream of income online. If this was helpful to you, remember to subscribe because I will be back tomorrow. Bye.